Gentlemen, it has come to my attention that there have been some very disturbing reports of late, as in how we, as soldiers, treat one another. Gentlemen, we are all on the same team. You know, all of us fight for a common cause, but we must try and keep that team strong at all times. And part of that is respecting one another's beliefs, right? And respecting one's privacy, right? You see, privates, this is the start of our sexual harassment and response prevention training. You see, sexual harassment is no joking matter. It is a serious problem which plagues all of today's armies. And disturbing reports have been made, passed up the chain of command about certain individuals, I won't name names, abusing other individuals for the means of sexual gratification. I cannot tell you how detrimental this is to our combat readiness and our combat capability. You see, privates, sexual harassment is no joking matter. It is big problem, and we must use all available resources to stop it. Now, privates, if any of you think that you are the response, or you are the victim of sexual harassment, you can file two types of reports. One is called a disclosed report, or a confidential report, where we will get you the psychological help that you need. And privates, if any of you have thoughts of putting your phallic organs inside of another man's organs that are like a whole, you should not do that, privates. It is very bad. You'll see that really harms our combat readiness and our capability as a modern 21st century fighting force. And now, privates, I would ask Krolik here, who is, as many of you know, a veteran of many years of service in our great military. He is our victim advocate, and he will step forward and share his own story about sexual harassment in the military. Krolik.
Thank you, Capitan. Well, as your sharp advocate, I will go ahead and say that I've heard disturbing report that someone, while they were taking a shit, was being sexually harassed and possibly even assaulted. Now, I don't know who this was, and I don't know who it happened to, but there is no shame in seeking help. I know it's hard to admit that someone, made you feel like less of a man, but it's always okay to come to me if such a thing did occur. The only thing that makes you less of a man is you're too cowardly to speak up.
Oh no, and you'll see, privates, there is another thing to build on that. If you see this happening, right, let's say Krolik was to walk in on myself and 3 other of the NCOs gang raping one of the privates inside of room, right? What is your responsibility?
I would join in. I mean, I would immediately try to stop it, sir.
I know. See, and that is why you go to your victim advocate, who will stand by you in your time of need. Now, you see, privates, it is all right to be a victim, but it is not all right to be an assaulter. I must remind you, privates, that homosexuality is a crime in Chernarus, and sticking your penis inside of a man's butthole or any of his other organs is a crime punishable by electroshock therapy. We will fix you, privates. Homosexuality is a Western disease of foreigner degeneracy brought to our country by the Amerikanski imperialists. So I would ask that all of you, remember your culture and your heritage, and you respect the natural order of things, and that is putting penis inside the vagina and not inside the butthole. Especially not inside of man's butthole. What you do with your wife is between you and your wife. But other than this, privates, I just want to you know, I just want to say that I take sexual harassment very seriously inside of the 142nd Motor Rifles, and any reports of my men being, you know, treated unfairly or abused by their comrades, it will be taken into account and it will be solved. As I said before,
I don't know what was happening in that prison you were in, but this is Sharnaris. This is not American prison. We are not a bunch of degenerate scum running around raping each other. That is a uniquely American, just imperialist bullshit. And this fist here, do you see this fucking fist?
Yes, yes.
I will shove this up your asshole in a non-sexually gratifying way, and I will fucking hurt you.
To
If anyone
assert
here-
dominance.
and remember, no,
Exactly,
shut up.
exactly.
You remember, privates, it's not illegal if an NCO or an officer does it to you. It's only illegal if you do it to them or another private. Am I right, Krolik? I know.
Absolutely.
I know. Now, I will open the floor to any questions regarding this unit's policy on sexual harassment and response prevention. Do I have any questions? Please raise your hand if you do. Yes. What is your question, Svoboda?
What if women come in still body? Is prostitute not
Women,
good, huh?
women do not
Or
have
prostitute,
rights.
okay.
Women do not have rights.
Okay, gangbang woman.
I
Got
know,
you.
I know.
Thank
Especially if foreigner woman.
With consent, of course.
Oh, I know, I
Gangbang
know.
foreigner
Maybe.
woman.
Remember, silence
And
is consent.
during.
Consent. Silence is consent, gentlemen.
Yeah, also, if she's drunk.
I know,
If
I
she
know.
says
I
yes,
know.
that's also.
Yes,
And today.
This is not American. This is not.
I know. And if she's a
Also, one last thing.
Flipping.
If I see a private molesting a private, I'll do the fist thing. If I see a private even remotely come near an NCO or officer, I will burn your dick off with the zip.
Any other questions, Svobodniks? No? Alright. Now we have to watch a 3-hour slideshow. If you fall asleep, I will have you do push-ups instead. So stand by. Meanwhile, all the officers are going to go get coffee. Privates, if you move, you're going to fucking be pushing.
If I find anyone asleep, not only what he said, but we will start it over.
I know.
You can see the slide here on this beat the shit up screen here.
I know.
Come
Everybody,
close,
everybody
come
watch the
close.
video. Everybody watch the video. Any private found asleep or not watching the video will be punished. It's about 3 hours long. And when you're finished, come to myself or Krolik to sign out on the sheet so that we can verify that you've completed your sexual harassment training. Let's go get fucking drunk.
The computer have